MAT1033 Final Exam Review question number 34. We are to solve the following system of equations. It doesn't give us a specific method to use, so we get to choose whatever method we would like to use. Let me make this brace a little bit bigger since I have a system that contains fractions. Oh, my favorite thing. 2x over 3 plus y over 2 is equal to 6. That's a y. It doesn't look like a y, but it is a y. So let me rewrite that. There we go. Oh, that's much better. Okay, that's y. Okay. Now, before we decide on a method to use to solve the system, how about let's clear those fractions? We can do that because these are equations. The least common denominator here is 4, so I'm going to multiply through by 4 over 1. And the least common denominator here would be 6, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. Okay, so clearing the fractions, we end up with 4x over 2, or 2x, minus, okay, I'm distributing here, 4 cancels the 4 here, so that's minus y is equal to 4 times 2 is 8. And then for the second equation, I end up with 4x and then plus 3y is equal to 36. Now, either decide whether you're going to get rid of the x's or rid of the y's, and then pick your process. So I'm going to use elimination, and I'm going to target the x's. Let's just target those for eliminating. Okay, our system is 2x minus y is 8, and 4x plus 3y is 36. And I've decided I'm going to eliminate x. I need opposite coefficients, so if I multiply the top equation by -2, what I end up with is a opposite set of coefficients for x. Okay, an equivalent system is -4x, distributing the -2, plus 2y is equal to -16, and the second equation didn't have to be altered in any way. Okay, now I'm ready to add the two equations together. X terms cancel. I end up with 5y is equal to 20, and y is equal to 4, which is half of the point of intersection. And I then need to take this and find x. So if I take that y equals 4 and plug it in, it doesn't matter where I plug it in. I just pick an equation that I'd like to use. Doesn't have to be the original to find the other coordinate. Simply pick an equation, plug in the value of y, in this case that we have 2x minus 4 equals 8, and then solve for x. Now, I didn't use the original equations to find this x value, so in order to make sure I do have the correct point of intersection, I would go back up into the original two equations. I would plug in 6 for x, 4 for y, and make sure that that ordered pair makes both of those equations true. If it does, I have the right solution. If it doesn't, there may be a sign error somewhere. So I would go back and redo my problem. MAT1033 Final Exam Review question 35. I am to solve the following equation for the specified variable. So I've got a formula. Got a is equal to 1/2 h times big B plus little b. Area formula for a trapezoid, and I want to solve for capital B. And do not change the case of any variables in a formula, because lowercase variables could certainly have different values from uppercase variables. Okay, so we want to get big B alone, or there's a fraction in the equation, so let's multiply through by the LCD, which is 2. I end up with 2a is equal to h times capital B plus lowercase b. Big B alone, at this we could divide by h on both sides, because h is a factor of the right hand side, so I could certainly make that my next step. 2a divided by h is equal to capital B plus lowercase b. And then the only other step I'd have to do would be to subtract the lowercase b from both sides, and then my capital B would be isolated. So I've got 2a over h minus lowercase b is equal to uppercase B, and my formula is now solved for b.